Hi, my name's Matt. I'm here to talk to you about an upcoming game on Kickstarter. It's called Luchador Fantastico Grande. It's a high-octane wrestling game full of luchador action. I'm going to show you a couple of the character cards and also teach you how to play the game. It's a very quick game, it's very simple, and it's perfect. It's 2 to 4 players, and anybody can play it. If you can roll dice and read cards, it's perfect for you. Now, there are 6 character cards in the game. Each of them has a unique history and unique ability. For example, we have Mr. Big Businessman. Yep. Now he is the head guy. He controls the business. Now he has a special ability, but we can discuss that later if need be. Then we have my personal favorite character card, the Elusive Unicorn. Now, I just like her. I think she's just awesome. Her ability is great, but she's just great. She's just great. Now, we also have the championship belt, which, as I'll explain when we get to the game, when it's used, you can use it to some very damaging effect. Now onto the actual gameplay. Each player starts with 20 life. I'll just put that there so it's easier to see. If you ever get to 0, you're out of the game. Simple as that. Now, you can deal damage, which will obviously take your life down, but you can also heal damage, which is something. I don't know, it's something. Now, to deal damage, what you will do is you will roll 4 dice. Now, to deal damage, you need to roll a 1 or a 2. And 3 of the 4 dice you will roll need to be a 1 or a 2. Now, it's obviously not just in one hit. You get to re-roll. So, for example, if I rolled these 4 dice, all right? Well, that's just a terrible roll. Quite frankly, it's terrible. If I wanted to deal damage with this roll, I would re-roll them all. So I will. This is my first re-roll. I have 1 more after this. Okay. Well, look, I've got a 1, so I'm at least a third of the way there. So I have 1 more re-roll to use. So I'll use it. I'll keep this 1 aside, and I'll re-roll it. Ah, that's, I mean, not a great roll, but it'll do. So we won't include this 6 because it has no effect. Now, I have rolled 2 1s and a 2. So I would deal 4 damage. That would be just playing 4 damage. So you would take your life from 20 to 16. Simple as that. Now, however, I could actually play with a card. Now, El Luchador comes with a pile of action cards that each player can play. Now, if I wanted to increase the damage that I did, I would play this card. And what it will do is it will add an extra 3 damage. So suddenly I've gone from doing 4 damage to 7, which is a lot. In 1 turn, it's a lot of damage. So instead of going to 16, I would go to 13. Wow, my math is bad. Now, that's great. But that is not these action cards, damage action cards, are not the only ones you have. There are also heal ones, and you can also heal. So, what I could do if I wanted to heal, I'll grab my dice again, roll them up. Now, to heal, I need 5s or 6s. Now, as you can see, it's a much better roll than what I did before with my damage. I'd prefer to do damage with this one, but for the sake of it, we'll do heals. So, I'll keep this 6 aside. I'll use my first of 2 rerolls and roll again. I've got a 5, getting closer. I have 1 more reroll. Well, I didn't actually get to heal, but now then, this actually allows me to use an extra action card. I could play this card, which will allow me to change the result of one of my dice. So, I could take either one of these 2s and just change it to a 6. There's my heals. So I would heal for 4 damage. So I would heal 4 damage that has been done to me. Now, I can also play another action card, which will allow me to heal an additional amount. So if I played this action card, for example, I would heal for 8. So that would take me, if I was using the same action, it would take me to 21. Now, you can't go to 21, so you just go straight back up to 20. Simple as that. And then we'd proceed with the next turn. So say if I wanted to do damage, I'll be actively looking for that. Now there's a couple more cards that I will show you, and also I'll explain what the championship belt does. Now we have another card, which if I was using the same cards as I did last turn, someone could do. So what this card does is it cancels an action card, and it also deals 2 damage. So if I did the same thing as I did last turn with the heal, healing 4 damage, my opponent could say, no, I'm going to cancel that. So instead of healing 4 damage, you would take 2 damage, but you would still heal for 4 damage from the previous one. It was 3 or 4, I can't remember. So you would still heal, but you would take extra damage instead of healing. That's a really good card, a really good card. And this card can be used to cancel out another one of these cards, which is a very fun trick to do if someone is not expecting it. It's happened many times. And then we have another card, which is a very, very good card, because what it does is it allows me to take one of your action cards. So if you've got, say, 2 action cards sitting in front of you, which is the maximum that you can have, 2, I can go, I'm going to take one of them. And then you don't really have a choice, unless, of course, you have this card, in which case you stop it and it hurts you. Now there's one more card I'd like to talk about, which is the championship belt. Now this is a very, very good card, because what it does is it allows you to add 1 damage to your die results. So if I was going to do damage, so for the sake of it, I'll show you. So say I'm playing my favorite character, the elusive unicorn, and I have the belt. Watch out, I'm very dangerous. So I'll roll my dice. Well, if I wanted to heal, that would be perfect, but I don't want to heal because I can't, because I have the championship belt. The price you pay for having that belt is you are not allowed to heal. Now, let's try that again for damage. That's a bit better. So I'll roll again. So I use my 1 more reroll. Perfect. So if I didn't have the championship belt, I would deal 4 damage. But because I have the belt, I deal 5. So that's really good. Just that little bit extra that can take you over and just, really nail it in for your opponent. Now, the belt does not stay with the one player. The belt moves around a lot because of the price that you pay, which is that you can't heal. So, what happens when you want to get rid of the belt, so to speak? You have to wait for an opponent to damage you. So say my opponent, who is, we'll just say for the sake of it, it's Mr. Big Businessman. Say he decides that he's going to attack me, and I have the belt, and he deals 4 damage. Not a bad amount, however much you want. I can go, okay, I don't want the belt anymore. You have beaten me. You are now the champion, Mr. Big Businessman. Now I can heal. And, on my next turn, if I decide to attack him, he can choose to give the belt to me. And that is the rules for El Luchador Fantastico Grande. It'll be available on Kickstarter in February, and hopefully we can get it funded. And so that way we can get it out to the public and you can enjoy some high Luchador fun. Thank you very much.